and welcome to another lawnfawn video. It's Kelly here, and today we are so excited to introduce our brand new die, Bamboo Forest Backdrop Portrait. We also have our bamboo forest backdrop in landscape as well. So I love that we have both orientations so that you can create the most perfect bamboo forest for all of your panda cards. So first, let's take a look at the portrait version. So here you can see how beautiful this backdrop is, and it comes with these extra little things that are nested inside, extra leaves, some rocks for helping to set the scene, and a little butterfly to put in the sky. And here you can see how you can mix and match some of these cute little images. You could die cut the rocks out of gray cardstock, and you could add your little panda on top. You can put the butterfly up in the bamboo, and then all these little leaves can either layer on top, so you can kind of add color on top of the different leaves, or you can tuck them behind or on top that way. So you can just kind of layer them to create a more full bamboo forest depending on the look you're going for in your card. Next up, we have the bamboo forest backdrop in landscape, and I love this style too. And here you can see that, of course, you get the backdrop and then you get the extra little elements. So there's lots of little leaves, which are similar to the leaves in the other one. There's another rock and this separate bamboo stalk too. And so you can add that into your bamboo forest, or you can also use those bamboo stalks on their own too. And I'll show you that in a little bit in a gorgeous card by a design team member. And then, of course, just like the other one, you can tuck in the cute little leaves on top of the leaves or behind the bamboo stalks, just creating a more full forest, and then you can add the little rock into your scene too. Now, one of my favorite parts about these dies is that all of the pieces are interchangeable. But if you have both of the dies, you get more of the leaves, you get different rocks, and of course you can mix and match any of the elements in either the portrait or the landscape, which is great. One of the things that I also really love about both of these bamboo forest backdrops is that frame around matches with our stitched rectangle stackables. It's the size of the largest one, so you can easily add a different color frame around, and we'll show you that in some of the cards that we're making today. And so first up, Shari is going to show you a super cute style of card with the portrait one, and then I'll be creating a card with the landscape one. So take it away, Shari.
Today I'm recreating a card by Audrey. It uses the I Heart Pandas add-on Little Panda and some of the butterflies and trails from the I Heart Pandas set. I've already colored and cut out all of my images, and now I need to cut out the really fun bamboo forest backdrop. I'm making a portrait style card, and I'm cutting my bamboo forest from some green watercolor wishes paper, and I'll be using that teal watercolor wishes paper for my sky in my background. So I've cut out my bamboo forest, so I'll just set that aside, and now I can cut a piece of the watercolor wishes for the sky in the background. And I was just turning it around to see kind of where I wanted that darker area, and I think I decided to put that towards the top of my little scene. So this is just cut to 4¼ by 5½, so it will fit perfectly behind my bamboo forest backdrop. I also want to cut a frame to go over the outside edge of the bamboo forest backdrop, and that is just cut from white with one of the stitch rectangle frames. I'm also using some white cardstock to cut out the puffy cloud frames. These are some of my favorite clouds, and I really love how Audrey layered these behind the bamboo backdrop to create a sky. So I'm using 2 of the medium size and 1 of the small. So I will just set those simple puffy cloud frames aside, and I have a little more stamping to do on this little scrap of white. There is a little stamp in the I Heart Pandas add-on that has the little Z's because the panda is sleepy. And so I'm going to stamp those into one of the speech bubbles from all the speech bubbles. So I'm stamping my speech bubble first in some black licorice ink, and then I'll grab that little tiny sleepy sentiment and stamp it right in there. It fits perfectly. And then I can use the coordinating die from all the speech bubbles to cut it out. I also have 2 little sentiment strips to stamp my sentiment on, and this card is really fun because it uses the sentiment that says, "Oh shoot, am I late?" And I'm stamping it in 2 pieces, so I have "Oh shoot" to the right, and then "Am I late" over to the left. And these will come off each side of the card, and then we will trim off the extra piece of the sentiment banner. Now I did want to add some more texture to my Watercolor Wishes background, so I'm using some Spellbinders Splatter White paint. I'm adding a little bit of water, and just splattering that on the background. And I just think it adds some fun texture that we'll see behind our bamboo forest backdrop. So I will just set this aside and let it dry. And now that that panel is nice and dry, I can assemble my card. So I will start by adding this panel to my card base. Then I can take those simple puffy cloud frames and just put a few little bits of liquid glue on the back. And I'll add these as well. And I'm making sure they're kind of sort of towards the center so that they will peek out from behind the bamboo backdrop when I add that. So I have my two larger clouds, or actually they're the medium-sized cloud in the die set, and then I have my little one down here. Next, I can add my bamboo backdrop by using some liquid glue around all four sides, as well as just drawing a line down some of those bamboo pieces. And then I will just add this directly to that background as well, just overlaying it onto those clouds. Now, before I add the frame around the outside edge, I want to add my sentiments to each side. So we have "Oh shoot," and I am making sure it is over far enough to where it won't get covered up by the frame. And then "Am I late?" going on the right side. So I will trim off the extra piece that is overhanging the outside edge of my card. And then when I add my frame on top, it's going to cover up those outside edges of those sentiment banners. So I'm just adding some liquid glue around all four sides where my frame is going to go. And then now we have a nice finished frame for our card. Next up, I need to add my cute little panda on his rock and his little sleepy speech bubble. So I'll just add him to his rock first. He's going to go down here at the bottom, and I'm putting some foam squares all over the back. And he'll just layer right there at the bottom like he's sitting on the frame. I also need to add all these cute little butterflies. Audrey added so many butterflies. It looks so much fun, like they're flying everywhere around this cute little panda. For this one, I did trim off the little butterfly trail so that it was not quite as long. And I'm adding all my butterflies with a foam square so that they are popped up just like our cute little panda. And of course, I need to add his speech bubble too. And for all of these butterflies, I'm going to add them first and then add all of their trails. I added the first one's trail first just because I knew it was behind the little panda, and I was just completing that little part at the bottom of my card. So I have all these cute little butterflies from both of the I Heart Panda sets. And then of course, now I have the little trails. So there's this long trail with the heart, which is really fun. And you can make it go either direction, which you're going to see me do right here. I have that one going towards the left, and this one is going to go off towards the right. And I'm actually going to trim it so it's a little bit shorter so I don't have it going off the side of my card. And then there is this little bitty short trail, and I'll add these to the two butterflies that are left that don't have one. And then, of course, I always need to add a little bit of glitter. I don't know if Audrey did or not, but I added some stickle glitter to the leaves of the bamboos, just very sparingly so it caught the light. And I also added glitter to the wings of the butterflies. And then here is my super cute finished card with that bamboo forest backdrop. Thank you so much, Audrey, for letting me recreate your card
Oh
today.
my goodness, Shari and Audrey, I love this card so much. The "Oh shoot, am I late?" It's so perfect for belated cards, and I love how you die cut the bamboo forest backdrop out of beautiful pattern paper. It looks amazing. And now I'm going to go ahead and use the landscape version of the bamboo forest backdrop. And this time I'm actually going to cut it out of white cardstock and add my color with markers. You can also add color with ink too. So you could cut it out of different colors of cardstock, out of pattern paper like Shari did, or you could cut it out of white cardstock and add color with either ink blending or with markers here. And I'm using a very unique marker combo by Grace that I think is just amazing. I never would have thought of it, and it was so much fun to try it out. So here I have BG18, kind of like a dark teal color, and I'm going all along the outside edge of the bamboo and then towards the kind of in between pieces, the little nodes there of the bamboo. Then I'm taking BG11 and just going over top of that color and just blending it out and softening it just a little bit. Then I'm going to take this YG41 marker and go over the edge of that. And by doing this, it's going to create this like minty green color because I'm putting green over top of that teal. And then we're going to blend it out with this G20 marker. And so you'll see really quick and easy, and it looks so cool. I had so much fun doing it. It was so relaxing. I just went with my darkest teal and then my lightest teal and then my darker green and then my lighter green. And I just kept going through all of them. For the leaves, I went ahead and just used the more green colors instead of the teals. And you'll see in a little bit that I'm going to go back in with another green just to kind of differentiate those leaves just a little bit. But I thought this was just such a fun and unique way to mix different marker colors. So if you don't quite have the marker color you're looking for, you could mix different colors together to create that perfect shade like we have here to get this minty look. And then here you'll see I'm bringing in that YG03, just a little bit more of a darker green there, just to differentiate the leaves, because I thought they were blending into the bamboo just a little bit. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of that green on there, and then I can just blend it out with my medium green, and it's really going to help those leaves pop. And now you can see here that these bamboo are all done. This just turned out so cool. This was so much fun. It was really fun to play around with my markers. And next, I can't wait to try some ink blending on this backdrop too. Now here I went ahead and die cut that stitched rectangle frame, and I die cut that from some perfectly plaid rainbow paper. I love this paper because it's got this beautiful plaid. It's just so happy and so much fun. It has all the colors. And so I added some liquid glue, and you can see how that frame perfectly matches the frame around the bamboo. And so I think this is just so much fun and a fun way to add color on what's going to be this really fun panda card. Then I went ahead and took my white gel pen and just added some cute little white gel pen details to the bamboo just to kind of help different areas pop. And I loved how Grace did this on her card. There's something about these little white gel pen lines that always just feels so special. The white cardstock looked really nice behind the backdrop, but I wanted to bring some color in. And so we're going to be inspired by the marker colors for the ink colors we're going to ink blend with. So I'm starting off here with some Minty Fresh ink, and then I'm bringing in some peacock ink. So we've got the mint green and we've got the teal. And so we're going to put the peacock towards the outside edges and then that minty color towards the inside. And you can see I keep bringing in the backdrop there to see exactly how it's looking, where I need to add some more color. I keep kind of going back and forth, and I think it's looking pretty nice. So now that we're all done, I'm going to do some stamping. And so I'm going to be taking out my backdrop and layering it over my piece so that I can perfectly center my letters. I also decided to use my zero centering ruler to help me line everything up. And I'm going to be stamping "Have a Pandastic Valentine's Day" out of the I Heart Pandas stamp set. Once I have everything lined up, I can pick up my sentiment with the Door of the Misty, and then I'm actually going to remove the word pandastic because I want to stamp the different parts of the sentiment in different colors. And I love these build-a-sentiments like this because I can stack them and remove pieces and do some fun mixing and matching with ink. So I'm starting off with some grape jelly ink, which is this really nice purple that matches a purple inside of that rainbow plaid frame. And we're going to stamp the first part of our sentiment, and then I can go ahead and clean off that part of the sentiment and have it help me line up the center. So I'm just going to put the word pandastic right back in the center. I know it's going to fit perfectly, and then I can ink that up with some black licorice cardstock and stamp that. And I like that the pandastic is in the black licorice ink because it kind of matches the black and white pandas. I think it's super cute. And so now that we've got that stamped out, we can start layering everything. And I really wanted the bamboo backdrop to have a nice pop so that it really felt like almost like a little shadow box. So I'm going to use some foam strips to go all the way around the edge of the backdrop, and also put a couple of little extra foam strips on the back of the bamboo as well, just to give it some stability. Then I went ahead and stamped and colored and die cut a bunch of images from the I Heart Panda stamp set. And I'm going to start off with the cute little rocks in this set. I'm just going to add some foam tape to the top of those, and we're going to layer them over that little border edge. I think it looks really cute when some of the elements are going over that frame. There's just something that feels really special about that. Then these cute little pandas, I die cut their arms with a die that's included in the coordinating die for I Heart Pandas that gives them little arms that can hold things. And so I'm going to have one panda hold this cute little envelope, and then the other one is going to hold some bamboo, of course. And so we're going to go ahead and just have them hold those, and then we can add some foam squares and layer our pandas sitting on top of the rocks, which is just going to look adorable. Then we can start adding some more elements into the scene from the stamp set. Of course, this could be where you could add some of the die cut elements that are included with the backdrop dies, or you can add stamped elements too. Whatever is going to look great for your card. So we added that cute little ladybug and the little hearts, and I love that the red matches so nicely with the red in this whole like kind of rainbowy background we have going. And then we've got some purple butterflies that are going to match our sentiment and the paper too. And the stamp set has those cute little trails, so we're going to be adding those little trails too. And then I went ahead and also stamped and colored and die cut some bamboo from the stamp set. And I really like the mixture of the die cut bamboo in the backdrop and then the stamped bamboo. There's just something that feels really cool about it. So we're going to layer that one there, and we can just keep layering things into our scene so that we create this really full bamboo forest for our pandas. And then here I have a standard size card base that's 5.5 by 4.25 because both of these backdrops are the standard size. We're going to add some tape runner onto that, and then we can layer our whole panel on top. And this card is looking so cute. It just makes me smile. I love that bamboo forest backdrop. It was so much fun to add color with my markers to it. And right now I thought I definitely want to decorate the inside of this card too because the outside has so much fun color. And so I went ahead and took out the I Heart Pandas washi tape and just added a little layer of washi tape on the bottom. I love doing this on the inside of my cards. It just makes it feel special. And then I can use that washi tape on the envelope when I mail this to someone as well. And that way there'll be kind of a little peek on the outside of the envelope of what someone's going to get when they open it up, which I think is really fun as well. So I'm just going to wrap those edges around. And now I have this super cute card that was so much fun to create with the cute little washi tape on the inside too. And oh my goodness, thank you so much, Grace, for this gorgeous card. It's absolutely amazing. And next up, we're going to look at some incredible cards by the design team. And first up, this card by Elena is so sweet. I love the soft minty green she used and how she hid the little pandas behind the bamboo. Oh my gosh, I just love it. This card by Tammy is just gorgeous, and I love that little panda at the very top of the bamboo. I just think it's so cute and so sweet. And next up, this card by Megan is so much fun. She added in these fun extra tropical elements that look absolutely beautiful, and I love all her pandas at the bottom of this forest. And then this card by Megan, she used just the single die-cut bamboo piece that's included in the die to create this cute scene that I just love. Callie combined the bamboo stencils with the bamboo forest backdrop to create this gorgeous like dimensional scene. I just love these two things together. And then this is the card by Audrey that inspired us to make ours today. It is just so sweet. I love her ink blended bamboo stalks. This card by Mindy is just beautiful, and I love how she stenciled purple mountains in the background and the grass. It looks beautiful on the card. I love how Maureen die cut her awesome bamboo forest backdrop and added cute little die cut pandas as well. It is just so much fun. I just love how Yanea watercolored a background with both pink and turquoise and the little balloons. This makes it a perfect birthday card. And then this card by Letitia is so much fun. She die cut the backdrop out of some champagne cardstock, which looks beautiful with her stenciling in the background. Here, Shari added a cute die cut panda into her bamboo forest backdrop, and I just love it. And then here you can see a fun mixture of different pattern papers with both the frame and the bamboo backdrop, and I just think it is so sweet. So we cannot wait to see all of your bamboo forest cards, so make sure to share them with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!